Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Entertainment Expansion. We are your hosts, Tyler Callahan and Mike Ferrante. Mike, how you doing this week?
Well, Tyler, we are chilling.
I'm kind of disappointed now. We're not Venom. We're just chilling.
No, we're just chilling. I'm not trying to get sued here.
I mean, it's Sony. It's not Disney. Come on.
True. This is very true.
But yeah, we're talking about Venom. Let There Be Carnage, the sequel to Venom. Kind of obvious. New director this time. Got Andy Serkis in as director. We have obviously this franchise doesn't exist without Tom Hardy. He's back.
Yep.
And we got Woody Harrelson in proper ginger hair. Thank God. Thank you,
Yeah,
Lord.
not a carrot top wig.
But yeah, we got the comic classic matchup of Venom versus Carnage. Just like the movie, I'm going to get right into it. Mike, what you think?
Well, I enjoyed it a lot more than the first one. And listen,
Absolutely.
I might be a lunatic and actually enjoyed the first one. Was it
I'm not going to go that
movie?
far.
Absolutely not. But I enjoy Tom Hardy's performance as, Eddie Brock and Venom. Now, with this movie, that only got better. I feel like the first movie was trying to iron out what it wanted to be, whereas, Andy Serkis kind of took all the good things of Venom 1 and applied it into Venom 2. And for me, it worked a hell of a lot more. I mean, the action was a lot fucking better. The one thing it's still lacking is maybe the script still. I think they need to hire some decent writers, and maybe we'll actually get a good Venom movie.
Yeah, honestly, this is one of those movies where we just kind of agree on everything, except your comment about how you are a madman and enjoyed Venom 1. I enjoyed parts of Venom 1, the first one, which is basically only thanks to Tom Hardy. Everything else was shit. But I think, first off, we got to give props to Andy Serkis. Came in, he looked at what worked, which is Tom Hardy's acting and carrying, the entire series. Expanded more on that, made it a little more lighthearted as a film, which, look, I'm not a big comic book reader, so I don't know. I understand Carnage is supposed to be very bloody, very messed up. Didn't get that in this movie, but I think for the story they wanted to tell, it worked. Like, I wasn't like, oh, wow, this is disappointing. But I understand if you're a diehard comic fan, you look forward to Carnage on a big screen. I can see you being a little pointed, and I understand that. But the Tom Hardy, the Eddie Brock Venom relationship in this movie is fantastic. They're acting like a couple. It's great. It's hilarious. I was not expecting this to be the best comedy of the year so far. Did not expect that at all. But here we are. It also kind of helps no legit good comedies have come out this year. But hey, that's not our problem. There. Yeah. And I'd also agree with you. The major issue in this movie is like the first movie, the script. Some of the writing is trash.
Yeah, pretty bad.
And while it's fun, also props to Andy Serkis for, he wants a leaner movie. He's not wasting our time. This is not a deep movie. We don't have deep characters. In and out 90 minutes. A lot of superhero movies these days go 2.5 hours, if not more. He chops an hour out off of that, and I respect him for it. But that does come with a small issue where the middle act, kind of nothing happens.
Yeah, pretty much.
Eddie Brock and Venom break up and
to a nightclub.
Yeah, but like after they break up, the second act is Carnage fucks around for a little bit, kidnaps some people, and boom, we're at the final fight already. I mean, final fight. I'm talking about the first fight, really. They only fight one time.
That's true. But it was worth the wait, in my opinion.
It was a better final fight than the first one. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah. No complaints about the final fight. Actually, to give credit to it, I liked how the first one kind of felt like a mess. Here was like, okay, you're at a bell tower, sound weakens them. They choreographed the fight around, like, the bell rings, they disappear, they got to fight. Woody Harrelson and Tom Hardy got to fight man to man. You obviously have the new guy Dan to actually do some damage with the fire. I respect that. Like, he's still a comedic element. Like, he's kind of the butt of some jokes with Venom, but they actually put him to use.
They did, and Venom respected him more for it.
He did. Someone who didn't get any respect at all in this movie, Michelle Williams, who
she didn't really do anything in this movie.
No, she did more in the last movie. But yeah. I mean, hey, I don't blame her. She cashed in a paycheck to sit in the box for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
probably paid for a nice apartment somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, whew, if we're gonna get a little bit more into the story, what kind of took it away? Oh man, I would have liked to know the history between Eddie Brock and what's it, Cletus Cassidy? Cassidy?
Was there a history though? I don't think there was.
Well, Tom Hardy's the one who called him. Essentially, that's pretty much what it was.
Like in this universe, like he caught him the first time.
Yeah, he's the reason why he's locked up.
Well, I didn't know that.
That's why, Cleese kind of goes after him. They do a real shit job explaining that, because I think that's what that cop Stephen Dwarf was like pissed off about, because he was like,
No, I thought he went after him because he got him the death penalty.
Did he?
Yeah, no, because it was the deal was you print this in the paper. No, it was you print this in the paper for me, and I will tell you my life story. Tom Hardy's like, yeah. The issue is Venom was doing Eddie Brock's job, like he mentioned, and he noticed the carvings on in the cell. He drew them out, and they did some digging, and he found the actual bodies of the people he murdered. But because of that, the court ruled, okay, he gets the death penalty because they confirmed they got the bodies. Yeah. So that's why he's pissed, because he was willing to tell a life story, but it went from telling a life story to, oh shit, now I'm just going to get executed. So that's why he's pissed. And as for the cop, I understand the cop being pissed after he found the bodies without being told, but the cop was kind of acting like a dickhead beforehand. I don't know why. They didn't explain that at all.
Yeah. They just don't do a good job explaining the characters' histories.
Yeah.
And it's kind of easy to get confused of who hates who and for why.
And this is my main issue with the plot. I don't know if it's a comic issue. I don't know if this is how it works in the comics, or this is just a poor script. How Carnage is made is kind of fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I thought, watching the trailers, I thought, based on the trailers, I thought there was another symbiote that he would be injected with during the execution, and he rages out, and that's what happens. No, he just bites Eddie Brock and gets a piece of venom on him, mixed with his blood. Boom, Carnage. Like, okay.
Yeah. So you mean to tell me any dog that just happens to bite Eddie Brock,
boom, venom dog. Yeah.
Yep.
Done.
Yeah, it could have been fleshed out a little bit more. No pun intended.
Yeah, that's yeah. Like again, this is a fun movie to watch, but you also have to take it on face value. Everyone here is just to have a good time, and that's about it. And do some cool action. Yeah, don't think any deeper.
Go expecting for a good story.
Exactly.
You're going there to be entertained, and
which they do a good job of.
Yeah, I'll say you'll probably be entertained. Let's give a shout out to, what was it, Mrs. Chen?
Yeah, Mrs. Chen.
She really stepped up her game in this movie.
And she has no problem shit talking Venom.
She had no problem shit talking Venom, and then kind of adopting Venom too.
Well, you got to watch out for your protection, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, if Eddie Brock and Venom are running around protecting her shop, and they need some help, well, she's got to play her part too, and also get the goddamn chocolate that they ordered. But it's what she has to do. We've been talking about spoilers so far. I guess it's time to get to the big spoiler, the post-credit scene. What'd you think?
Well, I'll let you start with what you think.
Well, I think I want to watch the negotiations. What happened 2 years ago when they had to redo Spider-Man's contract, because the fact that Kevin Feige and Disney signed off on this, I think it shows they were a little desperate. No offense to the Venom movies, but joking aside, politics aside, I don't know what they're going to do, and I think we won't fully know until No Way Home comes out. I think this is connected directly to No Way Home.
Yeah.
Because clearly, based on trailers, whatever multiverse bullshit's happening, it brings in the other villains. So Venom is clearly brought in, but based on all the trailers, unless they're hiding something, he's just on his own, while all the other villains go to New York and fuck up Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. Now, there have been rumors, what if at the end of No Way Home, Tom Holland's version gets sucked back into the Venom universe with Venom? That's how you get Venom 3 and Spider-Man. Or maybe Venom stays at the end of No Way Home. We don't know. My only thing is, I'm not too concerned if the Venom versus Spider-Man movie does happen, and it's a Marvel Studios production. I will have more faith in it. Yeah, I trust Tom Hardy. I'm sold on Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock. You get a good writer in there. Marvel Studios will get a good writer. I think we're solid.
I mean, I agree, but do you really think it will be like an MCU film and not more of just a Sony film?
Well, that's where my concern is. The Spider-Man films right now are Marvel Studios produced, Sony funded.
Yep.
The I assume eventual Venom Spider-Man movie, we don't know what that's going to be. If Venom stays in the MCU, it should be a Marvel Studio film. If Spider-Man gets sucked into the Venom universe, then
It's all downhill from there.
yeah. Actually, this brings up another question, and this is thanks to the pandemic. Otherwise, we'd have a clear answer. Where the fuck is Morbius involved in all of this?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because we see
I
now
mean-
two trailers. We have spray paint of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. We have Michael Keaton showing up in at least one scene as the Vulture, at least without a costume. So what universe does he take place in? Also in the newest trailer, good old Tyrese, he mentioned the San Francisco incident, which would be Venom. So what the fuck?
Yeah, maybe, you know, Mobius is it's the center of everything. It's taking place between all multiverses. Like it's a multiverse point, kind of like, you know, you're gonna hate me for saying this, kind of like Thor: The Dark World, you know, when all the 9 realms are intertwining and things are falling through to each. Huh?
I mean, I feel like it's not a bad idea, but I feel like you're giving Sony too much credit.
See, that's pretty.
You're thinking
sad
too far
considering
ahead
all
that they don't do.
that's pretty sad considering that I had to bring up one of the worst Marvel movies, and I'll admit it. I mean, it's no Iron Man 3 or 2, but you know, if they pull something from Thor: The Dark World, the movie's gonna be bad. Just putting it out there.
You don't want to deal with magic elves again? What's wrong with you?
Hey, they're dark elves.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, the post-credit scene is definitely it's a tease.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's a
I mean-
tease that you
Yeah.
really don't know what's gonna happen, if anything's gonna happen.
I mean, we'll find out more or less a month when we talk about it, and I don't know. I will say, based on how shitty the editing has been for the marketing for No Way Home, they're definitely hiding something.
Yeah, what if actually Venom's in No Way Home and is in the final fight?
He could be. People are pointing out, based on all the villains so far, they only see 5. So it's either 5 villains, or if they're doing the Sinister 6, they're missing one.
That's true.
But
But would Venom be
if they
helping
do
out other
Sandman and
villains, or
Venom,
would he be helping Spider-Man?
see, I feel like this version of Venom, though, like
He would
my
probably
only-
help.
he'd probably help. Shit, based on the trailers, I think Doc Ock is going to help Spider-Man too.
Yeah, that's what it's kind of looking like.
Besides, it looks like besides the initial fight, once he gets his senses back, he's perfectly fine helping them. The rest, nah.
Well, yeah, because technically Doc Ock died a hero, or you know,
Well,
a good guy.
See, now I'm
not
kind
a
of concerned
hero.
about Sandman. He kind of just walked away from it. He didn't like want to keep trying to kill Spider-Man.
Yeah, so why would he? Why would he be trying to go and kill this version of Spider-Man, if anything? Unless they got him, he falls through kind of in the middle of Spider-Man 3, and he gets sucked out of that movie.
Possibly. I mean, look, Willem Dafoe's just gonna, he's gonna Dafoe it up
Yeah.
as Goblin.
Let's be honest. No one gives a fuck about Sandman. Jamie Foxx's Electro looks a lot better than he did in, you know,
Yeah, but I still don't care about him.
Spider-Man. But we're all in it to see Dafoe. That's
Actually,
what we're doing.
hold on. I got a hot take here, and I liked Electro's look better in Spider-Man 2
You're
than I do in
fucking
this one.
high.
I'm not.
You're fucking high.
I'm not. He's wearing a fucking
You
yellow
are.
vest with an arc reactor. Really, this is the best we can do.
Dude, at
Dude,
least
so-
it's a little
so
bit more
boring.
comic accurate.
It's so
At least
boring.
it's more comic accurate, and he's
I like
not
the
just
blue
a
monster kind of look. It made
Yeah,
sense. He's
You like
electricity.
the Blue Monster group? Why don't you go down to Universal and go watch the fucking Blue Man group?
It's not a bad time.
I can't believe you just fucking said that shit.
Look, I see the trailers. I finally see more Jamie Foxx, and I'm like, it's boring. It's a boring costume. Really?
Comic accurate.
Well, sometimes comic accurate's wrong. Like, I'm
When?
glad they don't have Doctor Strange with those big, goofy, like neon yellow gloves all the time. Thank God.
Well, he did have them. in the
Yeah, for a
first one.
time, but not for every scene it's in, which is great. No, I'm going to mention this again when we review No Way Home. I'm going to mention this because I stand by
Okay.
that. I don't care.
All right.
Look,
I think
God.
Jamie Foxx will do a better job though.
And look, I'm not saying, like, I'm not demanding crazy stuff like we should have Paul Giamatti back as Rhino with the terrible Russian accent. I'm not wishing for
Sure.
that.
Maybe he's the sixth that they're just kind of hiding. So they just don't want to.
The big surprise is everyone's favorite Rhino.
Yeah.
Fucking Lizard's back, and he was normal and died at the end.
Yeah, but you're missing the point. You were talking about the end.
But we don't know when
Clearly.
they get sucked back in.
It's before their deaths because Doctor Strange, using air quotes here, whoever this Doctor Strange is, because he's just acting weird. Let's hold on, Tyler. Let's Scooby Doo this shit, shall we?
Oh, please don't.
You know what? I think we need to stop. We're getting a little sidetracked here.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
were supposed to be
No.
talking about Venom, and now we're talking about No Way
Yeah.
Home.
All right, let's cut to the chase. We
Yep.
both really enjoyed Venom. Mike, do you recommend it? Yes or no?
Yes, I'm gonna absolutely recommend it. It's a fun watch. You know, if you're a fan of Woody Harrelson, Tom Hardy, give the movie a watch. You will definitely be entertained. Both men kind of carry a certain stage presence with them whenever they're on screen,
Yep.
and it's a very enjoyable watch. Tyler, would you recommend this movie?
Yes, absolutely. It is worth a watch. Again, 90 minutes. It ain't too long. You'll have a good time. And it is not the worst superhero movie to come out this year. Black Widow. But yeah, no, it was a good time. And it actually, even though I have no idea where it's going to go, I'm actually looking forward to a Venom 3.
Yeah, even though I don't know what they're gonna do with it.
Don't know, but I'm curious. I'm interested.
Yeah, me too. It doesn't make sense how that cop is now infected, because it looked like he was infected by
Yeah.
the lady, but she wasn't really symbiotic.
If he's the main
So-
villain for the third one, I'll be disappointed. He can be an antagonist. Like, he's already an asshole.
Well,
I can go with that.
exactly. He was already an antagonist in this movie. Maybe it's time for him to go full on villain.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yep. But as always, those are our thoughts about the movie. What we want to know is, are you looking forward to watching Venom 2? Have you already seen it? What did you like? What didn't you like? What are your thoughts of the post-credit scene? As always, feel free to let us know on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, always under the handle Entertainment Expansion. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.